me. Ew!
Okay, so I got a fun game. Hopefully it's fun. We'll see how it turns out. Okay. I have a game called Unpopular Opinions. And when I say game, there's no points and there's no score. It's just us giving our insights on stuff, on things.
Oh, we're just gonna get hate for free?
Yes, exactly. I love it. So, I took a bunch of random ideas.
Okay.
And I put
I'm
more
ready.
cards.
That's gonna be juicy.
And what we do is every round, we draw a card and we give our opinions on whatever is on the card.
Okay.
Unfiltered, as long as possible, in as much detail as possible.
All right.
Sound good?
My English is working, yes. Sound perfect.
Good. So, you can go first then.
TikTok ruins attention spans. Well, I think that's with social media in general. I feel like if you are trying to create content and you're trying to get exposure, it's really good. But if you're also just scrolling and like curious to see what other people is posting and just being on the other side of being in the consumer side instead of the creation side, then yeah, I think it ruins a lot of things, because then it makes you not as productive in the other things that you're doing with your life.
I hate TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I absolutely hate TikTok. It just feels like a waste of time. Even though I think a lot of social media feels like a waste of time. I don't really like social media in general. I just use it to post.
Right.
And get off of it as quickly as possible, so I don't fall into the black hole of endless scrolling.
Right.
But I do think that like a lot of social media just encourages really unproductive behavior, as far as people just do stuff on TikTok and Instagram just for likes, and it doesn't feel authentic. Or sometimes it's like really obnoxious, like people who prank people and they're just annoying and they're not good pranks and they're not funny. Have you seen those people?
I would love to do a channel with pranks on you.
That's fine. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying pranks are bad. I like pranks. I don't like pranks at people's expense. Like, did you ever see there's a guy in like, I think it was like a year or two ago, in Dulles Town Center, or the Dulles Mall. He was pranking some guy and the guy like shot him. Did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there was like I think it was like a year or two ago. There was some like YouTuber. He was pranking this guy, and he was just like getting in the guy's face. And I guess I don't really understand what the prank was. It wasn't funny. And the guy told him to like back off, and he kept getting in his face. And I think the guy felt antagonized, threatened. And then he pulled out a gun and shot the guy.
Wow.
So stuff like that, I think, is low quality, because it.
Right. Agreed on that.
Let's see what we got. Friends, the TV show, wasn't that funny. Yes, it's not that funny.
You know, I always try to get into Friends just because of American English. I actually try to listen to it a lot just because it's got very natural speaking and like connections, and it's very helpful if you're learning English or if you're trying to teach, which is my case on my business. And for the show itself, I've never really like follow it through all the way. What I do is I will get some episodes and I will work on that episode just to like kind of see like the connections and like, you know, like sounds of the words and phonetics and things like that. I do that with other TV shows as well, but I think Friends is a good one because it really shows the American culture and like the jokes and like kind of like the popular sayings, you know, like expressions. And I think it's a very rich TV show on that aspect if you're trying to learn the language. But like for the TV show itself, yeah, I mean.
So you think it sucks?
American humor is a lot different than Brazilian humor. Sometimes I won't laugh at something because I didn't understand it, and not because I didn't think it was funny. But also, like, once you kind of understand a little bit more of the culture, and kind of picks up a little bit more on language, then I think it gets a little funny. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing against Friends, actually.
It's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
How I Met Your Mother is a much better TV show.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
It's funnier. It has better characters. It makes more sense. It's better. And if you disagree with me, doesn't matter. We can debate this, and I'll win that debate because How I Met Your Mother is objectively a better show.
Okay. Streaming devices are ruining movie by releasing too much content. Do I think that streaming device service are ruining movie by releasing too much content? No. I feel like tomorrow is going to be snowing and I'm not going to work or anything, so I will sit down and watch a movie or read something, versus like when I want to post something for work. Because in our case, I feel like we view posting on social media as a work thing because we're creating, so it's kind of different of somebody who is consuming the content.
Yeah.
But if you're sitting there and consuming it, yeah, it's kind of like a very like time consuming. So both could be. Like also if you're like watching TV all day and you're not doing your projects, your personal projects, or working on a business or anything, it's actually taking time that you could be using to be more productive or something that would give you a little bit better return on long term. But yeah, I think like both are okay if used wisely, I would say. I don't think one takes place of the other. Yeah, I don't really, because you like to watch those like shorts videos on YouTube, like the short movies and things, and I've never got into it. I much prefer a movie like that. I will understand the story, or I will hate the story and then I can talk bad about it, but like actually take the time to actually watch the movie instead of like small videos. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I wrote these all down, and I tried my best not to think much about what I was writing down. But yeah, I didn't really think much about it, just so I can have like authentic answers when we did this.
Right.
And when I heard that question, or like that statement, it made me think more about streaming services ruin movies and theaters because you can just watch Netflix at home instead of going to a movie theater.
Okay.
So I mean, I think I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. If it's about movie theaters, I guess that's up to interpretation.
Right.
I think streaming services kind of kill movie theaters because movie theaters are way too expensive, in my personal opinion. I think it's nice to go to a theater, but I do feel like a lot of movie theaters, they definitely make the food way too expensive, and it's not worth the price. It's like we went. What did we see the other day? I know we saw Mufasa, but we saw something else. I think Heretic, and we spent like $50 or $60 on food, something like that. I think it was Heretic, which to me is just so much. No, we spent like $60, I think, but it was the tickets and the food. I think the tickets were like $12 each, and the food came out to like $30.
I don't remember, but yeah, I think so. I think it depends. Like if it's something that we really want to watch, we would still go.
Yeah.
We wouldn't wait until it goes to streaming.
Yeah.
But I particularly prefer to stay home, just because I like my house.
Social media influencers aren't real celebrities. Me and a friend of mine, we were talking about this not too long ago, and I was saying that celebrities nowadays aren't even real celebrities. Like, there's no real purpose of celebrities. Like we were talking about we were talking about like people like the Rock, not the Rock specifically, but like actors. And we were saying how it's interesting that you can have an actor try to promote something and no one really cares, but you can have an influencer from like YouTube or Instagram or TikTok promote something and everyone cares. So I was like, it's nowadays like the real celebrities are just people who make content on social media, and the old celebrities, like people you see in like TV shows or movies, I think more people are just like, who cares? I don't know, because I feel like you can get more of a behind the scenes look at social media creators. I think with a lot of actors, I think part of what made actors so interesting in the past was that they were always portrayed in like larger than life settings, like on a movie. Like you see The Rock in like a movie, he's always in a movie that's like action packed, and he's like the cool Jack guy. Back then, when you can only see a movie to get that type of reference, it kind of it's like, oh, there's this huge dude who's like 6'4", and he's always this badass who's like shooting guns nowadays. But nowadays it's like, oh, I can go on YouTube and find some other guy who's like 6'8", who no one would have known about otherwise, who also was in the military, has cool stories, actually does this in real life, doesn't play a character, he's really this way in real life. Obviously not like in Fast and Furious or like some of the roles where Rock plays.
I agree. I think so. I think a lot of people has great content and doesn't have as much of a, I don't know, like attention as they should with the content, like the really good content that they bring. Like I saw a lot of people doing, like just nutritionists, people that, like personal trainers that actually are doing a great job, and you actually go through the pictures and you see that there is like a real progress, like not that thing like with surgery and all of that, but just like a slow and slow and I don't know, like just progressing naturally. I think there are a lot of space for people who are trying to create and grow in that aspect. And I think nowadays we kind of are realizing a little bit that, like if you have a true message, you just should get out there. And even if you don't get as much of an engagement right now, maybe in 2, 3, 5 years from now, like you can actually like, be discovered or something. We never know. I was thinking about that the other day because in Brazil there was this story of this lady who, she was in an airplane and she had headphones on and stuff, and there was a family. There is this mom with a kid that really wanted just to sit on the window seat. And then this mom asked this lady to give her seat to the kid just because the kid was crying. And another person in the plane was recording the whole situation, and she just got really famous because she said no. She said she wouldn't leave the seat because the kid was crying. She paid for her seat and she wanted to be there. And now like she really became a celebrity in Brazil because a lot of people were talking about her, and the message behind it is that for the first time a woman said no, and then it became this huge thing. And I'm not saying that she was wrong or right. I'm just saying like she was she wasn't creating content, and like she wasn't trying to be exposed, and then all of a sudden everybody knew who she was and everybody knew about this story, and then it lasted for 24 hours, and then they were like talking about something else. And so and nowadays she actually tries to create content, so she tries to do like Get Ready With Me, or like her daily routine. And now she's beginning, and so now a lot of people is saying like, oh, she has no content. You make somebody so popular, and they're not even trying to be popular, versus a lot of people were trying to create content for so long and they never get the oliphants. But I'll say that if you're good, if you believe in what you do, just keep doing it.
It sounds like she's the like a modern day Rosa Parks. She wouldn't give up her plane seat for anybody. Rosa Parks wouldn't give up her.
Yeah, and there was a lot of people saying that, like on the one hand, people were saying, oh no, she paid for her seat, so she doesn't need to give away just because it's a kid and the kid's crying for it. And on the other hand, people are like, well, it was just a seat, like she could have given it to the child, and so the child would come down and help the mother. But the whole situation was like they recorded it and made a big thing out of it, and she actually like was famous for a little bit. She was being invited to go like on TV shows and all of that, and she actually grew her social media by a couple million people. And so yeah, it was actually funny. All right, it's okay to skip breakfast. I disagree with this.
Absolutely.
Just because I am very grumpy when I don't eat in the morning, and I actually will suck at my workout if I don't have food in my body. I don't know. Like I woke up, I need coffee. I need, I don't drink black coffee. I drink coffee with milk. And so I need to have my coffee. That's my me time, and I need to have a nice breakfast. Some eggs and maybe a toast and avocados, and that actually sounds pretty good right now.
Sounds quite tasty.
Yeah, I wouldn't do no breakfast. I think breakfasts are very important for me at least. You?
Breakfast is a psyop. Breakfast is fake. Breakfast is manufactured by the shadow people.
I'm shadow people.
To indoctrinate us.
Well, I am pretty
Not
happy
messing around,
when
joking
I
around.
have breakfast, so I don't mind. He will like literally not eat until like 2 p.m. I'm like, I have like a migraine crisis. If I don't have breakfast by, I don't know, 10:30, I'll have a headache. So I like to feed myself.
It's okay to regift something you don't like. I'm going to say, you're smiling. Do you do this?
No, I was just thinking out loud.
I don't like to regift stuff. I think donating is fine. Like if I donate to a stranger something that I don't want or need that I got as a gift, I think that's fine. I don't want to regift something that I don't like. I feel like the person will find out. The person that gave me the gift will find out. And that would just be awkward. It's like someone gives you a gift. They're like, yeah, dude, I got you this like crazy hoodie, and you're just like, this is kind of ugly. So you gift it to one of your friends, but the friend somehow in some universe knew that your buddy got it for you, and then it's like, oh, you're just gonna give me like a hand-me-down, and the other buddy's like, I bought you this gift because I thought you would like it. You just gave it to somebody else. It's lazy. It's wow, what a terrible friend. So I feel like it would just backfire if I did it. For other people, I'm sure it's perfectly fine, but if I did it, someone would find out.
Yeah, it's funny for me. I can't think of many gifts that I got that I didn't like that I truly didn't like and wouldn't use it. I don't know. Like I think it's rude to kind of give it to somebody else. I think when somebody takes the time, it's not even the gift, like just somebody taking the time and like going to look for something that they think that you're gonna like. I think that's a nice, as a nice gesture. I like to be thankful for things, and I wouldn't feel good with myself to just like be like, oh, I didn't like this, let me go,
I remember one of the gifts you got me, I like gifted it to somebody else.
Oh, really?
But no, I'm joking.
What is it?
I was gonna see your reaction, but I'm joking.
What was it? No?
It never happened.
Well, because I get good gifts.
You get good gifts.
I try to get gifts that I know that he's gonna use. Like, it doesn't need to be anything flashy, but like I kind of keep my ears open. Like if he's talking about something for too long, and because sometimes he will like, I don't think he's trying to hint at things, but sometimes he's like, oh, I need to get this, maybe I'll get this, I need to get this, or I'm gonna order this later. So I try to like just remember, and then I give them the exact same thing that he was looking for. I think that's a good tactic to. I also don't like to ask like what do you want, or like give me a list, because I feel like get a gift you earn it. Like you don't pick what you know. Yeah. I don't know. That's just me.
It's more fun when it's like random, like when someone just gives you something.
Right. Like I that's me though.
There's some controversial ones in here.
Oh really? Okay. Yeah, those are pretty good. I didn't feel awkward at all answering them, because sometimes Libby makes me a little.
There's some in there that'll get you banned.
Really?
Yeah, just you though, not me.
Oh, okay.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let us know. Like the video, comment, let us know what other questions you want us to answer. Yeah. What other spicy takes.
Subscribe on our channel so we can have more videos like this.
Yes, we need lots of subscribers, as many as possible. We're desperate for subscribers. We have not had any new subscribers in decades.
We also don't post.
And this is probably like our first video.
Right.
Like, so that might be a reason why.
All right.
But let us know what you think, guys.
Bye.